Good morning, foodies. Happy Easter.
Morning, foodies. How are you? You guys doing? Happy Easter to everyone. And today I am going to be making chicken Parmesan. Okay, and I'm going to show you how to make a Pomodoro sauce from scratch. Now, let me tell you. So there is a whole lot of difference between marinara and a Pomodoro, right? The Pomodoro is going to be a very fine sauce.
Can you be louder?
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Why not? Yeah. So Pomodoro sauce is going to be a little very fine sauce. Okay. It is going to have very classic mirepoix, which is your onions, celery, carrots. And I'm going to actually add these in, saute these out with the garlic, basil, fresh tomatoes, which are going to be completely squeezed in there, and I'm going to put them with my hands. I'm going to just crush them like this, and I'm going to keep on working with it, and it usually takes about an hour.
To make the sauce, it takes an hour.
At least, it depends on what is the quantity that you're making, right? So it may take about 2 hours. It all depends on the quantity of the sauce that you're making. In this case, we're probably going to take at least an hour-ish, in order to make this sauce.
Right.
And then I'm going to, once I make this sauce, I'm going to cool it, and then I'm going to bar mix it. Either bar mix it, or, if you have a blender, like a RoboCoupe or anything, you just want it very finely done.
Got it. So we just had a few more people join. Can you just go over the ingredients for this awesome, tasty sauce that it's versatile. You can use it on your pasta, make chicken palm, eggplant palm.
Anything,
okay.
Right? So basically we have some fresh garlic. I've already chopped some fresh garlic.
Okay.
I have a classic mirepoix, right? Mirepoix is something, that you use in order to make any kind of stocks or sauce or anything. These are some of the classic ingredients that usually go into some of the dishes that you make, right?
Right.
Like you were to make chicken stock, right? Chicken stock you normally have, onion, celery, carrots, right? So that's like your standard ingredient, right? And then you add on to the other stuff, right? So today I am going to use some red onions. I have some carrots. I got 2 small baby carrots about this size, and I just peeled them. And I finely chopped them because I don't want to, I don't want everything else to be cooked, and then the carrots are still a little crunchy. I don't want that.
Makes sense.
I want everything to be cooked. And then I cut some about 3 stalks of celery. I just took that and I just finely chopped them as well. And I have some garlic over here. So remember, the thing is that we are going to put it in the grinder, right? So you don't really need to be
finely
precise on how you're going to cook it. You can cut it but as long as you're able to fit it in there, right? And then I have some garlic over here, and then I have some onions and fresh basil from our backyard, and also some white wine to deglaze the sauce. Now a lot of people, traditional way, they'll put some red wine, they'll put some white wine, in order to deglaze it. It just brings out all the flavors out, and whatever the
it's optional.
It's optional.
So if you don't want to use wine, don't use it. It enhances the taste.
Yeah, exactly.
Of
right?
course, oil, preferred olive oil.
Yeah, a lot of people back in Italy, they'll use some sausage or something like that. They just for that flavor, right? Because of the fat that the sausage has, to bring it in there.
Okay, so you can add sausage.
You can add, but a little bit, right? Not too much.
Got it. Okay.
It's only for flavoring, right? So that's what it is. So I'm
and then tomatoes.
Yeah.
And so you plumped them? I saw you plumping.
So basically I'll tell you, right? So there are 2 ways to make this. So I'm going to make it very rustic this time, right? Because I had these tomatoes, they were in the freezer, so I said, hey, might as well just make these. So because I pulled these out from the freezer, they're already look at them, they're kind of plumpy right over here.
Yeah.
So normally I would make a tomato concasse. So what a tomato concasse is basically, you take your your nice plum tomatoes, you take some boiling water and add some salt to it once the water comes to a boil. So you basically, what the idea is to take the skin out, right? I don't want that skin in there, like of that tomato, right? So I would make slits over here, and I would make a slit on the head as well, and then just put it in the boiling water about for 3 to 4 minutes, and then blanch them, right? So when you blanch them, what's gonna happen is, like, this whole thing, the skin is just gonna come off very easily, like, that's what you try to do, right? So you will just have a smoother and a better texture of sauce, right, rather than like more rustic, where you have skin and everything. Now, a traditional marinara, you usually, normally, you would actually keep your tomatoes, chunky, and so on and so forth. And but I'm trying to make some, like, some chicken parm today. And for me, I mean, me personally, right, I just love that pomodoro sauce, and it's versatile. You can use it with anything, right? So this is like one of your mother sauces that you can use, like, and you can, it's such a versatile sauce that
it can go in the spaghetti too.
It can go to any. You can use it with any kind of pasta. You're trying to make, like, fried zucchini, like, you try to do that, or just zucchini fritters, or you want to do zucchini boats. You want to do anything, basically. You want to do clams or anything like that. You can still use that, right? So I'm going to start with no further ado. I'm going to start with this. I am going to add my olive oil in here.
Okay.
And normally the sauce lasts you about 6 to 7 days, even if you cook a little bit more.
Okay.
So it's fine. It's fine to. It's okay to make a little bit extra. It's not gonna.
Especially now that we are in quarantine,
exactly.
People are like cooking more. So the garlic goes in, and these are not finely chopped.
No,
they are roughly chopped.
Yeah. So I should have waited just a tidbit more, but it's okay. The garlic is sizzling, so I'm okay with that. And then in the meanwhile, I'm just gonna, since I'm gonna be using a blender to blend my sauce at the end, I'm just gonna, rough chop these onions real quick, right?
So again, guys, everything will be blended at the end, so you can roughly chop stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And then this is gonna be in parts, right? This recipe is gonna be in parts, because I am going to need some time. I'm going to show you.
You said it has to simmer for an hour.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to cook, and then so on and so forth. So and then at the end, you also remember one key thing, right? When you make this sauce. Now, if you have a board mixer, right? Board mixer is like one of those little handles, like where you can just stick up mixture. And
right.
Then you're well and good. That's no problem, right? But if you have you're trying to use your traditional blender, you want to let the sauce cool down a little bit, and then try to go ahead and blend it, because with that, all that heat and everything, you may have that
spills, right?
Spills, and it may, because if it is hot, and then all of a sudden you're just churning that sauce, it'll just split up all over the place, and you might burn yourself or something, So I'm just going to get this nice and golden brown, like you can see over here.
Nice.
Right? So one thing I normally do is in the sauce itself, right, in the oil itself, I'm going to add some of the basil.
Okay.
It just enhances the flavors, because it's like you're using some green chilies, right? You want something very spicy. You would add it to that hot oil, so that oil kind of gets out all that flavor from there. So even the oil has that flavor, right?
Got it. So it's the oil kind of turns into like this garlic and basil flavor.
If you look at it, like nice and golden brown over here.
Nice.
I'm just going to add my basil, right?
Nice basil.
Okay. I love that sizzling sound, by the way, guys. It's really, really nice. And then there's no correct way or wrong way. Just add all
the vegetables.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So we have celery, carrots,
and onions.
And of course the tomatoes will go in later.
Yes, tomatoes. We are first gonna do this, and we're gonna cook this out a little bit.
Okay.
And nicely saute it out, and yeah, and we're gonna do that. Give me a second. There you go. Okay, and then we are definitely gonna need some fresh, crushed,
Pepper.
yeah, black pepper, and gonna need some salt as well. So let me pull out that salt. Now you can make it spicy. You can make, you can add. Try not to put red chili powder in here, just but instead.
The chili flakes can go in later.
Yes, chili flakes can go in.
So guys, we're making this Pomodoro sauce for multiple purposes. We will be making spaghetti pasta. We'll be making zucchini spaghetti pasta tonight. Today afternoon probably, with a chicken parm. And so the sauce goes there. And then we're going to save some for maybe during this week. It'll be a quick lunch with some pasta, or you can actually add it to your meat or fish.
Yeah.
So this is a 2-time batch for 2 people.
Can you smell that?
I am loving the aroma of the garlic and the basil and just the oil with all the onions. It's very delicious and it's kind of soul food, and today is Easter. I know a lot of us cannot be with our families, but try making this at home today for your immediate family, and it's a quick recipe. The sauce takes time, but once you have this done, you can actually make it for dinner.
In the meanwhile, I just took a big bowl and I'm just going to squeeze my tomatoes on here. There you go. That's it.
Awesome. So these tomatoes are already prepped.
Yeah. So this way I have everything prepped up. One thing that is that, again, if you want, you can take these skins off, and that's what I was talking about when I was talking about, like, hey, you know what? If you guys want to do a tomato concentrate, now do it with fresh water. I mean, fresh tomatoes. I did it with frozen tomatoes. That I had got, and we froze them, and then now we just pulled it out. So
yeah, we've been trying to freeze some vegetables. Avoiding to go to the grocery store as much as we can. Sure. Kruti Naik said that can you make gnocchi please one day? Sure.
Yes, absolutely.
Abhishek does a really good job with pastas.
Yeah, so I can make some potato gnocchis, and like you can see, because
Happy Easter, Joita.
There you go. I'm able to actually pull the skin out, so which is really good. And there you go. I have this all done. Okay, and that was the last one. There you go.
So today for our Easter lunch, we are having chicken Parmesan. And we had a lot of zucchini lying, and before they get bad, we thought we'll spiral them and then make like zucchini pasta and eat that. So it's a healthy lunch, but it's also something. It's a perfect Sunday lunch because the sauce takes a while. It's cool to cook together. Abhishek will be deglazing the sauce with some wine, so it's a great way of celebrating. Thank you, Arsha. Arsha is saying enjoying Abhishek and Anira. And even Snail says yes to the gnocchi recipe.
Yeah,
maybe that could be next weekend, right?
Yeah, I'll do some nice potato gnocchi and
yes, yum. Can we do some with sweet potato as well, or does it?
Yeah, you can.
It'll get a little sweet, right?
I just don't like sweet stuff.
Hi, Bino. I'm sorry if I missed anybody. Hi, Kishore. Hi, Ken. Hi, Sonal. Hi, Chirag.
So now I'm just gonna deglaze this pan.
Oh my God! Look at that. That's delicious.
Right?
And if they don't want to use the wine, they don't need to, right? Yeah, it's optional.
It's optional. I love it.
So what else can they use to deglaze? Just water?
I mean, usually you use some kind of wine or some alcoholic ingredient in order to deglaze, because you see how when I was cooking it, at the bottom all the ingredients were kind of like, checking. We want all those flavors
Correct.
to be back incorporated in here. So you deglaze it, so all that flavor again gets incorporated in
Correct.
here. That's the reason why you're deglazing. But you can use anything. I mean, it's not necessarily like, it has to be something,
Yeah.
So
Perfect.
yeah.
This smells like, I think I can. Yeah, you're right. Wine will evaporate anyway. Sonal says. The alcohol in it would, yes. The smell of this, the aroma is so delicious. Like, I feel like I can just make this and eat it with a garlic bread on the side or something. Just this by itself has such a delicious appetizing aroma. It's very nice. And I'm learning too. I've been telling Abhishek to teach me.
And then I'm going to, since you can see all my wine has already been evaporated.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to add my tomato mixture in here. All right. This guy, this one has nothing in it, right? Nothing whatsoever. And I am going to just mix this up right there.
And then you're going to add some salt to this?
Yes, of course, salt and pepper. So I'm going to add this in here, and then I'm going to let it simmer on low heat for at least an hour-ish, and I'm going to go live after an hour and let you guys know, how that sauce looks, and what are the next steps.
And then we can make the chicken parmesan with it.
Yeah, till that time, we can prep up all the stuff for the chicken parm. And
So is the eggplant parm similar to chicken parm? Same process?
Absolutely. The only thing is, you just have to, cut those eggplant pieces very thinly, so that this way, it doesn't take so much time for it to get, because, you cannot pound it out, right? A lot of pepper. I love that pepper. I love, it's going to flavor all the sauce in here.
And nothing better than fresh pepper.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Right? And I'm using some kosher salt. It's Morton's kosher salt. Okay, and there you go. I added some salt to this, and that's it. This is done. Okay, now at the end, when I'm going to show you this sauce, with the carrots, the tomatoes, the other vegetables in here, the color of the sauce at the end is gonna be incredible. Again, guys, for the tomato, you guys can use the tomato concasse, or you can use, from Publix or...
Can they get canned tomatoes?
Yeah, the canned tomatoes, the Italian peeled tomatoes. Just get that. There is one more thing. I think I saw one.
Please don't use the tomato paste.
Yeah, don't use tomato paste for this. I saw another thing the other day was Italian peeled tomatoes with basil, right?
Okay.
So you can use that up, right? So it's up to your choice, your discretion, how you want to do that.
Good. And so just leave it on sim, or do they leave it on medium heat?
So the moment it comes to a boil, that's what I'm trying to look for right now, right?
Okay.
I'm gonna let this come to a boil right now, and then once it does, I am going to again, there you go. Let me just.
So put it on heat for bring it to boil, and then put it on medium, maybe too low, for an hour.
Yeah, and I just wanna taste
the salt. I can actually eat it just like that.
Wow.
I'll let the tomatoes cook, and then I can just eat it like
guys,
that.
If you guys already have the peeled Italian tomatoes, you can make a marinara sauce, and that's going to be very much easier.
We can do a different session for marinara.
Yeah, so it's just basically your ingredients still remain the same. The only thing is you don't add your onions. I mean, you can use onions, or you can use shallots. Shallots are a little bit sweeter, so you can use
or a rego, right? Like
whichever one, if you
we'll do another session for that.
Absolutely, yeah.
And so all that stuff has gone in right now. So Abhishek, basically, just a quick recap. He added of course, heat up your pan, add some olive oil to it, add roughly chopped garlics, about 3 to 4 cloves. After that, add your sliced onions to this. So we took 1 medium red onion, and then add chopped celery, chopped carrots to this, and then we had plum tomatoes ready. So he basically squished them with his hands, just removed the skin, and then added that to this. Of course, I skip the basil. So in the beginning, when you add the garlic, let it brown, add the basil then. And then after you add your tomatoes, you add fresh pepper to it, some salt. And now this sauce is going to sit here for an hour.
At least.
At least for an hour.
It all depends on the quantity that you make.
Correct.
Right?
So this is not much. This is for two people. If you have a family for 4, it'll probably last you once for one meal. Yeah, it depends on how much you're using, of course.
Yeah,
we like it with more sauce. So we're gonna make zucchini pasta today afternoon. So we're gonna spiral the zucchini, and then we're gonna make chicken parmesan, and then we'll have enough left for another meal. And so let this sit. It requires a bit of patience, but then till then, you can prep up your eggplant or your chicken for your eggplant and chicken parmesan. And when Abhishek is prepping the chicken, I will show you the process. For the eggplant, you just have to thinly slice your eggplant. You don't really have to, of course, pound the eggplant. But the crusting will be similar for both. And hope you guys are enjoying this. Let us know what you think about this session and leave your comments. We'll be doing multiple videos today because this recipe requires multiple steps, and I don't want to be online for an hour just looking at the simmering sauce. So what I will do is, we log out right now. We'll let the sauce simmer. Till then, Abhishek will start prepping the chicken. I'll go live again and show you how he's doing that. And then when the sauce is ready, we'll come back live and we'll show you how the sauce will be blended and how the chicken parm would be made. And yeah, we had multiple zucchinis in the fridge. We didn't want to waste them, so we are going to spiral them. I can do a short video on how we are spiraling them as well. Do post your pictures about what you're cooking today on Easter, and share all the love, and do visit our YouTube channel as well. Leave your comments, and here the zucchini. We have 5 of them. Yeah.
4. Yeah.
Oh, 4.
Yeah.
4 medium-sized zucchini. We're gonna spiral them. But yeah. Take care, guys. We'll log back. Hi, Ajay. We'll log back. I'll share this video on Jacksonville Foodies so you can look back. Join us back in a few.
We are back again, and I want to show you my sauce is ready now. So I want to show you that sauce. Look at that. And yeah, it doesn't look right now too appealing, but it will be looking appealing in just about 2 minutes, and I'm going to show you how it's going to be done, right? In the meanwhile, I'm going to prep up for some zucchini noodles, and what I've done is I've already spiraled some, and I'm going to show you another one, how it's done. So I have this little spiral over here, which helps me make some noodles and stuff like that, So if I just go just like that, and I just have to push this in just like this, and then I keep on going with the spirals just like that, right? So that's it. There you go.
Wow, that looks so good.
Yeah. Yes, it does. Look at that, guys.
That looks amazing. Skipping the pasta today and eating zucchini instead.
And guys, this is just one zucchini. I think this is going to be more than enough for,
I think so.
For 2 people, depending on the size of the zucchini. Okay, there you go. I'm all set over here. This is all done, and I'll show you. So this is left over. You don't want this. You can just garbage that.
Hello, Profulji. Hi, Manish. Hi, Manjola. That's our zucchini spiral. And We are making chicken parmesan for our lunch, and Abhishek just got done simmering the Pomodoro sauce, which will be blended. So that was going on for an hour, and we will be frying our chicken palm. So I put the oil for frying. You can fry it in the air fryer. We just wanted it more traditional, and also we're not doing the pasta, so can add a little bit of calories with the oil.
So as you can see, look at this, right? It's so amazing. So that's going to be our pasta. So pasta is all ready. So guys, one trick of doing the zucchini spirals is like, when you do the spirals, when you're going to cook it, because this is so thin and it's going to cook like just instantly, so you want to be a little bit careful, because you don't want to overcook it, and then all the water is going to go into that sauce, and that's just going to ruin your dish. So it's going to be like, it's going to taste amazing, but it's going to be all watery in your in sauce, and it's not going to be good for plating either. So I'm just going to put this on the side. In the meanwhile, okay, I'm going to show you what I have done with the chicken. Okay, so normally, we would use some chicken breast, but I had some boneless thighs in the refrigerator, so I'm just using that. Okay, and if you see over here, what I did was I had to pound this out, right? So the reason why I pound this out, one, when you're eating this chicken parm, right, you don't want it to be like, very chewy. You don't want it to be like, having too much of that, like, you don't have to really work through it. It should be like butter, right? You should be able to fry it really fast so that you don't burn the breadcrumb that you're gonna stick on here, right? That you're gonna coat on here. And so you don't want to do that. So what I'm going to do is I took a Ziploc bag, and once I took that and I added all these little small pieces of chicken thigh pieces, boneless. So I kind of filleted them out and laid them in here, and I did a little pounding of it. So you take a mallet, right, and on the edges, the one with the edges, right, you just go and there you go, right? So you keep on doing that, and then you will be able to pound this out. Now comes the amazing and the good part.
So we've prepped. We have two beaten eggs, right?
Yes.
And added a little bit of chili flakes in it, pepper, salt, a little bit of paprika for the color, and there was a panko.
Yeah. So what I did was with the panko, I just grounded them a little bit, and I added some chili flakes, and rosemary, oregano, some salt, and some pepper,
garlic powder,
of course. So I just added that, and that's the reason why it's looking a little bit red, because of all the chili flakes in there that I grounded. And then again, in the eggs, again, we love to have a very spicy food, so we added a lot of pepper, and we added a lot of chili flakes in here as well. So normally you would do, normally when you do the chicken, you have a 3-step process, right? So the first step is to, when you're coating it, you got to coat it with flour first, then the eggs, and then the breadcrumbs. So the reason why you do that, because it coats evenly, coats perfectly, everything is good. But right now we're just doing it, we're just trying to avoid that extra flour in there. So I am just going to go ahead, and I'm going to go and just put this in our egg batter, tap it out. Okay, there you go.
Good.
Okay, and then you're gonna coat it. Take the breadcrumbs, put it right on top, press them down so that it's all coated nice and even. And is the oil hot?
Yes.
All right. Okay. So you can do this in an air fryer. You can do it anywhere you like. You can just sear them out.
Bake them too.
You don't want to use the breadcrumbs. You want to make it more healthier. It's fine. There you go. So the oil is good, nice, hot enough, and I am just going to always put this away from you, so that you're putting that way, so the oil does not come and spill on top of you. So I have this done now, and I am going to wait for it. Wow, look at that nice golden brown color. That's really amazing. Okay, and I am going to flip this out. Look at that, how crusty it is, guys.
You could just eat it like that. That's your like chicken nugget.
Yep, exactly. Right, and I'm not gonna do that a lot, right? I'm just gonna now take this out.
Oil is hot.
Yep, oil is hot. Okay, and this is gonna be good now. I'm gonna just let the oil leak out. Okay, there you go. So what I'm gonna do is the reason why now you want to pound this out, I just want to show you guys. Look how juicy it is. You see this? And that's what we are talking about. That's the
and it's fully cooked because oil is hot, right?
Oil is hot, and now so now if you just see this, I'm going to do one more piece over here.
It looks really good. And you can make nuggets like that, smaller pieces.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You can do so many things with this, right? So again, I'm not using that extra layer of flour. Okay, there you go. I am going to coat this out nice and evenly. All my sides are coated, as you can see. Again, I'm gonna take this, put it away from me, and I'm just gonna like lay it out in there. There you go. That's it.
It takes barely like a minute or two.
Yeah, a minute or two.
Two minutes. Yeah, depending on the size of your meat. Actually, we've cut smaller pieces. And check the seasoning. How's the seasoning, Abhishek? Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, and then you can air fry this too. We are just opting to do it the traditional way. We are frying it, but you can air fry it. Of course, the color will be a little different when you air fry. You can bake it too. Up to you. And with the Abhishek, with the eggplant, it's similar process, right? Just you cannot pound it, just cut it into thin.
Yeah, just cut it a little bit thinner, and this way you can get that nice and crispy on the outside, and if
look
you
how
don't,
crunchy that is.
You can also grill the eggplant, right? So it's up to you, like how you want to really do it,
Right.
Even the chicken, you don't want to bread it, it's fine. You can just grill it, and you can still make a good sauce out of it.
I mean, it's Easter. Let's have it the traditional way.
Yeah. There you go. I'm just flipping it out. I'm just pressing it down just a little bit. And
look at the gorgeous color.
Nice golden brown color.
Wow. That's gorgeous.
Okay. There you go. I'm just gonna lay that out. I'm done with the eggs.
Perfect.
I'm gonna move that out. Done with my flour.
Okay.
You can actually.
I'm gonna turn off
just turn that off.
Perfect.
And in the meanwhile, mind you, I just wanted to let everyone know my cutting board is clean. There's no chicken on there at all.
We keep washing the cutting.
Yeah.
Make sure if you ever cut meat on your board, please wash it right away.
You don't want to do.
You don't want to contaminate stuff.
Yep.
That's not healthy and good. You're gonna fall sick for sure.
Okay.
Okay.
So now I do have my
blender
ready over here.
I've moved the oil away.
Okay.
What do you need?
My ladle keeps on running away from me. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and now add this in. Right, one thing I forgot was there you go. I just need to take my chicken. I'm gonna add this out over here. This is all ready to go. I'm just gonna leave this out over here. Okay. All right, there you go. So now you're gonna take this sauce and you're gonna put it in your
any blender
that you may have, and you may be able to just use the same pan again. Okay, there you go. Now I did let the sauce sit for like more than like in about 20-30 minutes to cool down. Let the heat come out of there. Okay, and this is all ready. There you go. My sauce is now ready.
Delicious.
I'm gonna take this, and like I told you, don't go with what I had in the pan earlier. Now I will show you that nice creamy texture in here. Okay.
The zoodles. The sauce looks really good.
Okay, so you have your traditional Pomodoro sauce ready over here. Now the reason why you have this nice orange bright color in here, I'm gonna add it to this pan because we're gonna use it, so it's fine. It's okay that you can actually take everything out and then just do it, but I'm just gonna put it in here.
Do you want to save a little bit for?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is just, I'm going to just put it in here and just leave it in here for a bit, and then once it cools down, we can refrigerate that. So this sauce is all ready.
That sauce looks really good. Again, that's our zucchini pasta that we spiraled out, and that's our chicken parmesan. You can make the same with eggplant. It's very easy. Just cut the eggplants into thin slices. Roll it in the egg. If you don't want to do egg, you can do flour and panko. And we fried it. You can air fry it. Today is Easter, so it's special.
Okay, there you go. So now I
wipe this.
I have my sauce ready over here.
That's a Pomodoro sauce.
Okay.
We made the sauce about an hour ago. It's on our page. I will combine the videos and make a YouTube video of everything, all the process, and put it up.
Okay.
That sauce, by the way, smells so good. It's so fresh. It has basil and garlic and carrots and celery and.
Okay, I just added just a little bit of water just to make sure that I take everything out from here.
What are you all cooking today? What's happening? How's the Sunday going, guys? Drop in the comments what's up for lunch.
Okay.
And for dinner. I feel like we all have been cooking so much more with the quarantine in place. But it's good. Stay at home. Eat healthy. Do support your local businesses too.
So just a little bit of butter.
Okay.
Okay, there you go. Okay, there you go. I'm just gonna lay it out.
The pan got hot.
Sorry, the pan got a little too hot.
Perfect.
Okay, So now you have this. Now usually, we will have some Parmesan cheese in the house, and today we don't have any. So normally,
we
you
have
can
mozzarella.
Yeah, but we are gonna use the mozzarella. But to to melt the cheese and everything, we'll top it off on that chicken Parmesan. So now I'm just gonna take this nice pasta right over here.
I'll move it towards you.
Okay. And look how nice it is.
So good.
Right? And all you're gonna do is just put it in there.
Just how you would do like cooked pasta and sauce.
That's it. And then so I'm just gonna make one portion real quick over here. So I do not want to overcook this. In the meanwhile, I'm gonna take my chicken pieces that has already been cooked over here. I'm gonna just lay them out. There you go. Put them out right there. Add just a tab of sauce right on top of it. Okay. And
it smells so good. It's so fresh with the zucchini and homemade sauce. Oh my god, I think it's the pepper.
Okay, and you're gonna add the cheese right on top of it. Okay, so this is done, guys. Now I'm just gonna wait till I melt the cheese.
That looks so good. So some videos have to be long and you have to just wait.
Yeah, there you go. And then once we melt the cheese, we're gonna place the pasta right on top over here. You notice that I did not blanch the zucchini noodles. I didn't do anything. I just put it in there.
They cook really quick.
And
they leave water really quick. So if you ever are working with zucchini of any kind, especially like spirals or like you're working with pastas, even for noodles, like I make Hakka noodles out of this. Don't cook it too long. Make everything and then just like dab your noodles in the sauce or the vegetables, whatever you're cooking. I think the cheese has started to melt. Yum. That's one portion. Guys, the weather here is so interesting today. It's like gloomy and windy. I wonder how it is in other places. My mom was telling me in California it's windy too and it's gloomy. I know it's been raining there. By the way, I'm from California, guys, originally. Moved here about a year and a half ago.
Okay.
And
there you go. So this is done, and I am going to go ahead.
That looks amazing.
And take my pasta right in the middle, right on the center. Take that. The chicken is going to need just a minute more.
Look at the cheese. Yum. The cheese on the chicken. And the same way you make your eggplant as well. Once you batter it, fry it, air fry it, melt the cheese on top. Okay. Pretty much the same process.
And then I'm just going to take this, put it right on top of it. There you go.
Oh my god, look at that. So good.
Right? Then I am going to take some of that sauce right on top of it. Add this up right there. Okay, nice cheesy sauce. And some basil.
There you go.
That's it.
Delicious. We need to eat it right now, otherwise the zucchini is going to leave too much water.
Yeah.
All right, hope you guys enjoyed this. It was our way of celebrating together during the quarantine time. It's sometimes great to make the best out of the ingredients you have at home and we are trying to do like no waste of food right now. So we are trying to make whatever food we have in the fridge and use it in the best way. So take care guys, enjoy your food, have fun, see y'all later.